third tip is about practicing and rehearsing. So practicing your organ repertoire and rehearsing the choir. I noticed with my organ students, it would happen time and again. I would ask them to play over a passage and to see if they could get it right. And they would play it correctly once and then they'd stop. Now we all know that just because you can do it once doesn't mean you can do it all the time, and especially it doesn't mean you can repeat that good playing when you're under a little bit of pressure, which what a service is. So I would have them repeat it a number of times. And again, referring to Vicki Meredith, she would tell the choir that studies show you need to repeat things about 8 times to have them really, really secure. Now, most of you will say, well, I can't possibly repeat something 8 times in a choir rehearsal. And maybe that's excessive, but do repeat it more than once. Some of you will be golfers, and I may remember the Scottish golfer Colin Montgomery. And he was quite a good golfer in his time, and he ended every one of his practice sessions by having to make a 3-foot putt 50 times in a row. And if he missed it, for instance, if he missed it in the 20th time, he had to start over again at number 1. Now, golfers will tell you, they drive for show and putt for dough, and many thousands of dollars have been lost with the miss of a 3-foot putt, which is just agonizing because it's so short and yet can cause so much trouble. So if he had to do that, think of how many times we should repeat something. Now, it gets very boring if you just say to the choir, well, let's do that again. No reason given, we'll just do that again. And let's do that another time. So you must always tell them why you're repeating and what it is you're after. And start with the part that's giving them trouble and then move into it from the part before. So often it's the part leading into something that is actually causing the problem. And so they need to get used to that. The other thing that causes great trouble, and it's sort of like the L I was talking about, are page turns. We all know that page turns cause problems, but we sort of forget about it. And with amateur singers, and I've said this to them, the choirs so many times, they tend to feel so much more secure when they're looking at the music, and they look at the music right till the end of the note and then turn the page. Whoops, I was supposed to come in. Now the rudder again is a perfect example of this. So it ends, the first page ends with this. God made them all. And all is in the last bar of the first page. And what they need to do, instead of staring at all and then turn, is to turn while they're singing it. They don't, staring at the all will not help them get it any better. So let me, and my singing of it clearly demonstrates that. It's never going to get any better. The Lord God made them all, each little flower. So they can turn that way early, and they know to cut off on beat 4, and they're ready to go on each little flower. But watch for page turns all the time. Just never let up, because it does cause problems when you think maybe it's the notes and so on, but it's really just getting the page turned in time to feel comfortable in the next phrase.